Hey folks, you're watching Chaotic TV. We're bringing you Game 2 of this TVP from IEM Katowice's semifinals, Group B. We are starting in the top left of Ohana. We have the red Protoss playing for Team SK Telecom T1. He is parting. His opponent in the bottom right, the the blue Terran, taking Game 1 with constant early pressure. He is MVP Dream. Now, Dream was able to continue his early pressure. Both players were able to get, after a very passive opening, Parting went to a little bit high of tech, and he never actually used his Colossus tech, and Dream just pushed forward with a huge amount of Marauders and standard Marine Marauder medevac push, and he was able to take out the forces of Parting by drawing them away from the pylon, very successfully drawing them away from the pylons. So the reinforcements were behind the Immortals. The Immortals were able to get picked off, and all of Parting's units then fell behind it. So Dream was able to kill out a huge number of the probes before that second attack finished off the Protoss player from Korea. Although, of course, Dream is from Korea as well. So MVP is one of my favorite teams. SK Telecom T1 has Rain on it, which is he's one of my favorite Protoss players. Parting, I like a lot because of his micro, but he's not one of my favorite players. He did win Blizzard's World Championship, which is pretty freaking impressive with that Immortal Sentry push all the way to the win. But since that was a tournament much like, I don't want to say it was like IEM in that it was lesser known or anything like that, but IEM is run by the ESL, and is he going to be able to? No, he's not going to be able to do that. But it was a different grouping of players than you normally see in a lot of tournaments, especially in IPL 5 or 4 or 6 or whatever like that. You get a whole lot of Korean players, and in the Blizzard World Championship Series, you see that the number of Korean players was limited. So they still made it to the very ends of the brackets and through all of the group stages and stuff like that. But I don't want to say that there was, I'm trying to find the right word here, but there weren't as many top quality players because they had to pull from every country. And that's not to disrespect any countries or anything like that. Every country has extremely good players, but Korea has even more good players than most other countries combined. So it's just their culture. They embrace video games a lot more than any Western culture I've ever seen. And I don't really know how it happened, but it did. So I'm actually really glad for it, because without them we wouldn't have esports, and we wouldn't have the esports gaming growing culture that we have right now. And the 2 barracks after Command Center is actually pretty standard. It's a very safe build to be able to hopefully hold off against whatever Immortal push it looks like Party's going to try to do right now. He's going to drop in 2 more gateways behind this once he gets enough enough minerals. He's going to drop another gateway, and now that we have the 2 gases coming down, he's going to save up for 2 Immortals and a number of more sentries, and then he's going to put a forward pylon after Warp Gate finishes, warp in right before he goes in, and this bunker will not hold to 2 or 3 Immortals, especially with the force fields that Party is known for putting down behind to block the SCVs from repairing that bunker as well as he would like to do. He has the full map control with the Stalker and Probe set up, and it looks like Dream, if he went for a little bit of a really late proxy, he might be able to do some damage with a Banshee or something like that and kill off some of. If he were able to get the gas drones, he would be able to, he would be able to knock out the Sentry production and the Immortal production that Parting really needs. Parting is taking down in second base, so we're going to be a little bit more delayed. And there's the Warp Gate finishing. He's going to drop another pylon pretty soon. He's going to start putting down more gateways if he's going to continue with his robotics push. He has not put down a single Immortal yet because he just doesn't have the Econ. He put down his Nexus first, and he decided to go for another Sentry before starting that Immortal. There's the Immortal, so we are going to see the Immortal push out of Parting right now. Dream probably expects it. Parting has used it very successfully against a number of Terrans in the past, especially in recent tournaments. I don't know, I just watched it the other day, but I don't remember his GSL placement. That's probably my biggest problem as a caster, is I don't remember. I don't live in the world of esports as much as I would like to, so I don't remember tournament placements as off the cuff as I really should. I have to look up everything. But I hope that changes with continued casting, especially with games I cast that I remember everything that goes on in them, but I don't remember other tournaments, even GSL when I watch, because most of the time I'm playing StarCraft when I'm watching GSL. So Dream is going to be able to continue up his Marauder production. He's still chunking out a number of Marines right now. He's got how many units on the map? You see 1 Marauder and 12 Marines. Now this is not going to be able to hold off whatever Parting is putting forward. If Dream goes, excuse me, if Dream goes for a, I have to check for that cough. If Dream goes for a 3rd command center here, he's going to fall victim, just like Yoda did, to Parting's crazy timing pushes. He is probably the best I've seen at timing pushes out of any player in this most recent months of StarCraft 2. Dream has a higher count right now of supply, but it's mostly in workers right now. And these bunkers right here, these supply depots are just going to fall victim to the Immortals. That bunker is going to fall right before anything happens. There's not even a cancel on it. Dream's pushing behind all of these supply depots. If he loses one, he's supply capped right now. He cannot reinforce anymore, and the SCVs have been pulled, so he can move forward. But the force fields are just what he was trying to bait out. He's going to lose 1 stalker, but it's not going to be enough. The sentries right now have dropped the Guardian Shield, and they are able to mitigate the damage held down by Dream. Dream has lost so much supply right now. He's building as many supply depots as he can, but there's not going to be enough the kind of supply drop to be able to reinforce. He has no money right now, though. He's kind of building up a gas. Oh, look at the great force fields on that. He's going to be completely mowed down by all of these force fields at the end. The SCVs have been pulled. The reinforcements are still trying to come in, but there's the supply drop we were talking about, and Parting has done enough damage right now, knocking out a great amount of workers. And look at the resources lost tab. He's lost over 1,000 more. That's 20 Marines and a number of SCVs, or a number of SCVs, and he's going to continue to push forward, but these sentries are still getting worked in, and there's plenty of force fields right now to continue to whittle away at Dream's forces. Right, Dream is down 20 supply, and Parting is continuing to push forward with this incredible attack. Force fields are just so good on the Protoss player's side. He's melting away all of the Terrans forces, especially with these tanking zealots continuing to move forward. That's 38 to 77 supply right now. Raising the depots is nothing against these Immortals. They knock out that supply drop, supply depot. That's hard to say. And he's continuing to push forward. And there's the inevitable GG that Dream has put down. And Parting takes game 2, tying up the series 1-1. Very exciting, very quick games 1 and 2. And we're going to have to see what happens in game 3. Cheers.